Hey out there, an unscheduled chat. What the heck, eh? What the heck? When you ain't got nothing better to do, have a chat. Yeah. I'm just looking quick here. I want to pop out the chat. Oh, hi, Crazy Ann. I checked to see if you were live before I started mine. Oh, what do I got going on here? There we go. There we go. Hi, Chuck. When did I see you last? Yeah, and a few of us, Chuck and I, we were just over at somebody else's very first live stream, their first live stream. We had a good time over there. Just bounced around today. Yeah, that's what I was doing today too, Ann. I was staying off of panels actually. Hey, Running Water. Hey, we were just over at Destination Great Lakes first live stream. Travis had his first live stream. Yeah. And it went well for the guy. It went really well. I mean, he had 14 subscribers before my shout out video went up, and now he's at 34. So he gained 20 subscribers from that shout out. And I'm certain that it was 20 of my followers that went over and helped him out. I appreciate it so much. Appreciate it so much. Old man just got here. Yeah, but you're old. That's all right, old man. Hey, Alexander's here. Overwhelming day today, Alexander. Yeah, you're a busy fellow lately. Hey, Queen of Cannabis. Hi. Happy Monday. Yeah, I didn't plan on being on YouTube tonight at all. And then I got over there, was helping that young man out with his channel, and he decided to shut it down after an hour and a half, which was good. His laptop was running out of battery life. He was streaming from his backyard, which was really nice. And then I said, well, what the heck? What do I do now? Go live. What the heck? Yep, just a quick chat. You know, it's this isn't going to go over but a couple hours tonight, guys. It is a spur of the moment. This isn't one of our wild, typical lives here. Evie, hi. Bad power cut there. Oh, yeah, it is Tuesday for you, and it is, isn't it? Yeah, very early Tuesday, and I love your videos of you and the digger. Take it away. I loved them. I loved them. It's great. And what I really liked is being able to see your reflection in the windshield as you're filming it and the expressions on your face, like, oh. I loved them. Yeah, it's 2:27 p.m. there in New Zealand. Isn't that crazy, guys? It's early afternoon for Evie. Oh, I tell you what, that's on my bucket list, but I know it's not going to happen. I'd love to get to New Zealand. Oh, thanks, Ann. Yeah, if you guys will hit the thumbs up, that'd be nice. Old man was watching a World War II movie, didn't finish it. The war's not over, old man. It ain't over till it's over there. Yeah, it's 4:28 a.m. over there for Ann. And it's only 9:28 p.m. here for me. Yeah, is it Monday or Tuesday, Evie? Yeah, yeah. Alexander's 1 hour ahead of me. He's just over that time zone line. Copyright. Copyright. Did somebody copyright something? I actually ended up getting a little bit of a nap this evening. I slept for about 45 minutes. Felt pretty good. Oh, Battle of the Bulge. Yeah, yeah. Good movie. Good movie. I play no joke. You singing? Yeah, like a crow, like an old crow. Bryce from New Zealand. We got two folks from New Zealand in here, and a big double warm welcome to the north up here, northern Wisconsin here in the USA. It is great to see you folks. Nice to have you here, Bryce. Hey, did you see my Haas's buffalo chicken fillet replication? A peek. I gotta go back and take a closer look. I've been eating homemade spaghetti for 2 days. I made a pot of spaghetti yesterday. Well, actually, I just made standard spaghetti, noodles and the sauce, homemade sauce. And I made so darn much sauce that I had to take what noodles I had, set them aside, boil up another pot full. And then I said, the heck with it. I had so many things going on. And then last night's stream, so I dumped it all together, stirred it all up. Oh my God, I had about 2.5 gallons of spaghetti. And so I've been eating spaghetti for 2 days. Not that it wasn't any good. It's pretty good. I still got at least half a pot left in there. I might have eaten about a gallon of spaghetti. Yeah, Crazy Ann needs to be tired. As much time as she's been putting into YouTube the last several days. What a girl. Last night, she's right at that point, ready to nod off again. Oh, well, it was last night here. Yeah, she had been going and going and going. Fine as wine. Is that windy as heck, though, Eve? Yeah, and yeah. Yeah, you did. And it was good timing, though, Ann. When I saw you starting to fade there, you're getting tired, nodding your head. I'm going, oh, I might not be showing it, but I'm feeling it. I was ready to jump. Let's call it an end to get out of here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 3 hours without power, Evie. Yeah, that's a bummer. Hi, Mike. Nah, we're not sleepy yet. Ivor's clam chowder? Yes, I have. It is good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I see the fellow that we were over helping out just left a message over in the Sty Shack that he appreciated us being there. The very nice young man. He's got a wonderful wife and two beautiful daughters and a nice young man for a son. That just, yeah, they're a great family. Just getting their channel started. And again, that's Destination Great Lakes, if anybody hasn't checked them out. His channel, yeah, I think his channel is going to grow. It's going to grow good. They're campground hosts, and they'll be hosting a campground next season, next summer. So I plan on doing a couple of camps with them, at least a couple. Mike saying, I can't wait to get out camping. Been a long time. Got a trip to the Green Swamp this month. Okefenokee in October. Can't wait. Yeah. See, that's the thing is now the weather gets mild down there by Mike coming up. Here now it's starting to turn. It's beginning fall up here. Next time you go to Seattle, you're bringing 2 tankers full home, eh? Yeah, Chuck, I can understand that. Yeah, make sure to load up a bunch of 5-gallon buckets with you. Yeah, this morning I could not believe it. I shook it out about 6 o'clock this morning, 6 a.m. And I opened my drapes in my bedroom and in the living room, the big picture window here. You couldn't see a city block over Lake Superior. I can always see across the bay from where we're at because there's a big peninsula, and I can always see across the bay and see the whole peninsula. You couldn't see more than a city block. It was thick as sin, pea soup up, fog out there this morning. I couldn't believe how much fog there was. Could not believe it. It would have been neat, in my mind. It would have been neat to be at a lake somewhere, a remote lake, and wake up in the morning and camp and step out to that. That would have been neat. I would have plopped a chair right by the water's edge and just enjoyed it, just watching that fog move across the water. And it was about 10 o'clock this morning that it finally burned the fog off. Hi, Tom. Great to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, just a unscheduled random chat tonight. Sty's just trying to burn up some time. I mean, and what a better way than to do it and jump on here and see all my wonderful friends. Yeah, I can't wait. I got, oh boy, what is it? It's the 16th today. I've got maybe 4 or 5, just a little over a week and a half, and I'll have my new studio equipment. I'll have my new high back chair, my gaming chair, that's a lot more comfortable than this old thing. I'll have my studio desk for right in front of me. Yeah. Hey, don't forget, guys, Saturday night, I'm going to be over at R5 Adventures doing the hot noodle challenge with Crystal over there at R5 and Gil Skills. Gil and Crystal and I are going to do the hot noodles. From what I understand, just Gil and we're just doing the noodles. Crystal's going to chop up a Reaper, a Carolina Reaper, and put it in her noodles. I can't help her. I'm not a psychologist, Sometimes you just can't fix crazy. Hey, Rod, great to see ya. Great to see you. Sounds like everybody's doing well, or at least fairly well. Yeah. Oh, Evie, yeah. Yeah. Shut down the power so they can hook up some new houses. Yeah. Yeah, Tom's seen those challenges. I don't think I'll have too much trouble with the hot noodles. Um, I'm hoping not. I don't know. I don't know. After I did that chocolate bar, I'm not going to go for the really crazy stuff like doing Carolina Reapers and that. I'm not going to go there. But if it's a normal food thing, I'm willing to try. You got extra diffuse studio lighting if I need it? Well, next time you're in town, show me what you got. We'll see what we can do, eh? I like the one that you gave me over here. Right now, I don't have it on. And I gotta I got my cabling is kind of a mess right now. I got cables hanging from my light pole over here. Um, you can see I got six six cables hanging from their running equipment. So when I get my desk, it's going to be so much better. Hey, cheesehead, you sneaky bugger. Wimp, he says. Wimp. Yeah, I don't see. And I'm tracking you down. I'm tracking you down within the next 30 days to get that chocolate bar out of my house. It belongs to you, bud. Um, hey, Washington County's in the house too. Good to see you. Wow, folks, I got 21 people in here for an unscheduled stream. I just thought I'd pop on here and get a few people and we chat for a while. And wow, 21 folks. I want to thank every single one of you for being here, man. That's awesome. Yeah, don't fear the Carolina Reaper Blue Oyster Cult. That's Mike. Oh, Mike. I tell you what, I I would fear a night around the campfire with Mike because I don't think him and I'd get a we wouldn't get a moment's sleep. We wouldn't get a moment's sleep, and my guts would hurt from laughing. I, especially I got together with him and his buddies, his swamp buddies. Hey, what a crew! What a crew! I'd love it though. Oh, that chocolate reaper fudge that Sherry did was insane. It sure looked good, didn't it, Tom? I mean, when she showed it to us, it looked delicious. Looks like something you'd get out of a specialty candy store. Oh, but 50 reapers roasted, ground up, pulverized, put into mostly powder, and put into fudge. Oh, fudge, she was rough. Oh, that was bad. Running Water says, box in the shed. There are 2 umbrella units with tripod stands. I only need one. Okay. Okay, bud. Okay. After my inspection that didn't happen again today, now they've got tomorrow and Wednesday that they can still do it. But once they've done the inspection, then my studio starts getting reworked because they come in and they see the way the new studio is going to be set up. They're going to go, you can't do that here. I can hear them now. Hey, Dennis, great to see you. Howdy, howdy. Chuck says it's not like I have a life or anything. Yeah, life. I heard somebody say that once. Life beyond YouTube. Oh, that's interesting. Evie says everything spicy's live now with what choice should I make? Put them both up. Yeah, yeah. Phil from Everything Spicy spent a bunch of time on my panel last night with Crazy Ann and several others, and I'm sure Crazy Ann's over there keeping an eye on Phil too. Um, yeah, with Swamp Camper and Steve. Yeah, I'm sure it would be a blast. Like I said, my guts would be hurting. I'd be laughing so hard. Yeah, Dennis, I don't care how long that 7 day trip video, both of them, the 40 plus minute one and the hour one, I don't care how long they are. I love them. They were great, man. Yeah, she really looked in rough shape for the longest time, didn't she, Tom, after she ate it? Whoa. Oh, Dennis, never apologize. Never apologize. No, 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 no. Never apologize. And especially for that. I mean, happy birthday to you yesterday. Yeah. 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 YouTube helps make life fun. If you guys see me doing this, I don't have bugs or nothing. I have to shave my head. It itches. uh, I forgot to shave. Pepperoni cheese. Needed something snacky. I feel kind of snacky. I didn't comment yet, Dennis. Didn't comment yet. There's a couple parts of both of them I want to go back and rewatch, and then I'm going to comment. And I'm serious. I do that with some of your folks' posts, so some of your videos. I'll watch them. I'll watch them, and then there'll be parts I want to go back and rewatch, and then I'll leave a comment. It's kind of like I'm not going to comment until the meal is done. Oh yeah, those wedding plans. Oh, that's this Saturday. Oh, well, you don't have too far to go there, bud. Don't have too far to go. Oh, we had one of our girls. Oh, the wedding plans and everything that it just went nuts. It went nuts. And my bank account went empty and it, on and on. And literally days before the wedding, they opted not to get married. I sold her whole wedding. I put it all, the ex-wife and I put it all in these big plastic bins, and they were stacked. I think we had 14 of those big long plastic bins stacked, moved them into the garage, and we had a sale, and I put a big sign on that big pile, them all them bins full of everything for a huge high-end 4-star wedding, and I put a sign on it, wedding in a box, $800. So somebody snatched it right up, $800. There was only about $3,000 worth of crap in them boxes, but at least I got something out of it. Got a toolbox with a built-in radio today. Access to a lot I bought at the auction house. I used to have a toolbox that had a AM FM radio in it, and I turned it into a tackle box for my fishing gear, and I'd take it out ice fishing with me in my little fishing shack. And I loved it because all my fishing tackle was in it. Plus, I could listen to the radio. I could listen to the ball games or some good music in the background while I'm out fishing. Yeah, that's cool that you got that. Yeah, canoe hunt and market that, make a million. I, you know, I thought about that. I thought about that. I told my ex-wife, I said, if you really did think it out, come up with like a dozen different styles and then pre-package everything for certain, have them pre-order. We're going to have 100 people at the wedding. We're going to have 400 people at whatever, so that you can scale everything to the size of the wedding and then deliver them a wedding in a box. The only thing you don't deliver are the rings and the dress or the tux. A person probably could do pretty darn good doing that. Oh, Bryce says, I have no need for it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The I wish you were closer, Bryce, because I'd give you a few bucks and take it off your hands. But I'll tell you what, shipping it from New Zealand to here, I think I could buy 3 new. Oh, the radio works good in it. Oh, yeah, that's cool. You should be able to sell that to some bloke that wants it like a toolbox to throw in their rig when they're out traveling. Um, someone that does a lot of like honeydew jobs where honey do this, honey do that. They can take their basic toolbox and their radio with them and go do little odd jobs. Yeah. I know Cheesehead Chris's wife, she does wedding planning, the whole 9 yards, plans out these big weddings and that. Hi, Andy. Hello, Mr. Senior Person. Just a quick visit before heading to the horizontal land of Z. Thanks, Canoe Hound. Sty is live right now, and that's what matters. Thank you, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if I can ask folks, Phil is a great friend of mine. Everything's spicy. Yeah, I want everybody to support him. And Crazy Ann, same. I've got so many channels I love and support out there, but please, it's just not good etiquette in somebody's stream to be announcing there's other streams going on somewhere else. Um, that'd be like me coming to your family reunion and inviting your whole family out for dinner, except for you. Um, just not kind of a nice thing to do. We don't want to talk about, you know, a little mention. It's one thing, but we don't want to promote people to leave one stream to go to somebody else's. It's just, I would never do it at somebody else's stream. Says, huh, take it from me. It sounds good, but would never work. My wife is in the wedding biz. No two are the same. And then they are whatever that is, flowers. But no, yeah, cheese. I wouldn't even, you know, the whole wedding in a box theory would only work for the low end weddings, people that ain't got a lot of money, where you could give them a wedding in a box for $500. For nice weddings, it would never. No, you couldn't do it. You're right. And your wife, I don't know how in the world she could do it. How she could do it. All of the idiosyncrasies, and then they're picky. They go, but that isn't quite right. What do you mean it isn't quite right? That's what you asked for. Well, no, I'd like to have it changed. Yeah, wedding in a box would not work that way. Oh, Oh, I see that, Andy. Go get some shut-eye, old man's telling you. And Andy's telling Canoe Hound he's doing good, but getting weary, thanks, Dennis. Old age and hanging around with this fella up here is taking its toll. Why would I? I'm not feeding you poison like you are to me. Uh, and you know, Andy, you're allowed to take a break. You are never expected. We look forward to your presence, but we want you to take care of yourself first, there, buddy. Yeah, Chuck. Yeah. And he's going to sit back. Yeah, and that's why I didn't tell you get up here on a panel, Andy. Just you get to sit back and just relax this evening, bud. Oh, Evie. Huh. Yeah, I hate that when I'll be on YouTube and there's something that I'm really interested in watch it, and all of a sudden I get kicked off. My laptop will do that to me. Fortunately, this system doesn't do it unless there's an internet crash. Yeah, my sleep the last 24 hours has been pretty weird. An hour here, 2 hours there, kind of thing. Um, no, Cheesehead, you're in such a high class of people. You think $500 is a joke, and you can't do a wedding for it. They do weddings up here for $150. Don't go there, buddy. Don't go there. I've been to some of them. I've had shaved ham wrapped around a sweet pickle, and they say that's not an hors d'oeuvre. That's dinner. It's like I said, just just the reception supplies and crap like that cost me over $3,000 in those bins. That had no flowers involved in that, none of the food catering, none of that involved in that. Didn't include the $1,800 dress. None of that costs. So yeah, I know what you're talking about, Cheese. I might be old, but I ain't slow. Nobody knows the cost of a wedding as well as the father that has to pay for it. That's why my daughters, they each got one wedding apiece. After that, I told them, you're on your own. Get your honey to pay for it because I only pay for one. Yeah, yeah. Art Conklin, great to see you. And the Justice of the Peace has a real good package deal. You bet. You bet. That's that's the way it was for me and my ex-wife. We paid at that time, we paid $15 for the marriage license and $25 to the preacher. Cost us $40. The whole thing. Because her dad bought dinner on the way home. Andy. He eats the roaches. I'm trying to catch up. So I might be missing a few things. We talk about you a lot when you're not here, Andy. And said he got married for 50 pounds. Got the bus home after McDonald's with the then wife. Running Water's wedding was $300, including the dress, tuxes, rings, and reception. Yep. Yep. Most expensive part of my wedding was the honeymoon, which was only one night. I didn't realize I was investing hundreds of thousands of dollars into this thing. Yeah. Tag the groom and say no give backs. Well, my youngest girl, the fellow she finally did marry, and she ended up divorcing him. I still don't get it. His best, oh man, yeah, he was a catch as far as I saw it. Very responsible, very nice fella, very nice fella. Well, my youngest daughter had a wild hair, but I told him, I warned him. I said, right up until the I do's, you can back out, man, and I'll fully understand. But once you say I do, bud, guess what? She's all yours, and I ain't taking her back. Yeah, I bet, Dennis, you'll be happy when that's all said and done. All said and done. Because then you can just relax, go back to life as normal. It is it's a huge event, Running Water said the biggest money saver was making the cake, food, and decorations ourselves, and sewing skills I learned in home economics. Yeah. Yeah, Dennis is going to be drunk this Saturday night. That's one thing that's one thing that the father of the bride gets to do is at the close of it all gets to just unwind. Yeah. Conklin. Yeah. Yeah, that was the most expensive part of mine too, was the divorce. Yeah. 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 It cost less than $100 for all costs involved for me, and cost me about 60 grand on the divorce end of it. And I didn't have the 60 grand. Okay, Chuck. Don't slip out. Just mosey out of here. Don't slip out of here. Don't step on that. Yeah, we're over at Travis's channel, Destination Great Lakes, and Chuck and I were talking, and Travis was talking about tripping on stuff, and yeah, telling him Chuck and I were pros at that. Don't step on that. Don't step on that. Step on it anyway, and there you go, landing on your rear end. Yeah, Chuck, us old guys got to be quick at typing, otherwise people steal our lines, right? And yeah, it's a long, long ways to fall, isn't it? Before you land, yeah. Scrapping together, great to see you. I'm back. I am thrilled you're back. Great. Thanks for popping in. I want to thank everybody that's here. There's 17 folks in the Sty Shack tonight, and unscheduled, unplanned stream. Yes. Bryce says, I'm only 29, but I'm not a fast typer. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's 5:30 tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Dennis. Thank you, but get a good night's sleep, man. Yeah, I got to shake it out at 5:30, 6 o'clock again tomorrow morning. But what the heck? It's just another day. It's surprising what retirement demands of a person. Yeah, I'm hoping that this weekend that my ankle's going to hold up. It's fairly okay. And I'm going to take me a hike into Lost Creek Falls this weekend and try to get some content to get a video put up. I might just do my spam timber video this weekend while I'm on that hike. Running water's off to nap a couple more hours, rolling at 1 a.m. Night all. Good night running. That's when I used to just love to run, was the midnight oil. Run the midnight oil. Yeah. Chuck says, I knew a gal that took 3 typing classes, but she was still a hunting pecker. Hunting pecker, yeah. Scrapping Together says, I've been trying to track myself how to edit and got a headache and gave up for now. Oh, yeah. That I've got 4.5 hours of raw footage I'm working on. I only put about an hour into it today. I got to put about 3 hours into it tomorrow. It's going to take me, I figure, about 5 hours total to get that edited the way I want it, to get it whittled down to an hour or less. Yeah, editing can give you a headache for sure. And Bryce has 3 videos in editing right now. Yeah, gosh. I'm taking a quick peek here. Just want to make sure that I've got Bryce over there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All is good. Okay, Rod. Yeah. We got folks that are falling off a little bit. It's late at night on a Monday night here in the U.S., folks on the U.S. side. Yeah. Conklin, that's, yeah. Atlanta Motor Speedways. No fun in rush hour traffic. Yeah, I drove over the road too for a few years. It's always good to see you, Rod. Oh, first GoPro. See, I don't have a GoPro. I don't even remember the brand of it. It's an action cam like a GoPro. And someday I'll flip for a legitimate GoPro. I just want a good one for out on the kayak. North Carolina to California. SIGs out and produce back. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I hit every single one of the lower 48 and a little bit of Canada ran Canada for a little while. Bryce I use phone DSLR and an action cam to film, so I usually have 3 times the amount of footage, but more choices. Yeah, that's the thing too. When I'm out on the kayak, I'm usually using 3 different cameras, and out of those 3, I end up with a lot of footage to cut and snip from. Eileen, hi, sweetheart. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping in, girl. Yeah, unscheduled stream. Just Sty popped up. I popped up. I figured I'd go till about 11 o'clock my time tonight. That's another 50 minutes, almost an hour yet. Um, we'll make it about 2 hours or less tonight. Scrapping says, I still have an 18-mile drive to get Miss Scrapping together from work tonight. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he's saying, Sty, when I had my GoPro, the waterproof casing, etc., was a cheap Chinese knockoff, and it was still protecting the same camera. The guys who have it now use it every day. Yeah, I was surprised with mine. Mine's staying good and watertight too. And my camera was a cheapie. I don't think I paid $100 for it. Hey, love you too, Eileen. Eileen is such a wonderful supporter. Anybody that's not sub to Eileen, you're missing out. Just knowing Eileen is it's worth its weight in gold. Some silicone grease and put a thin smear around the O-ring once or twice a year. Yep. Keep that O-ring seasoned so it doesn't dry out on it. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen guys throw, and I don't agree with those. They throw oxygen absorbers in the case with their camera in the waterproof case. I've got these absorption pads that slide in on both ends of the camera, and any fogging because due to temperature change or anything, they catch the moisture right there, right into those 2 little pads. Never any fogging, never any moisture on the camera. Old man says, I'm going to lay down. My left shoulder is bothering me bad. Also, I am out of pain. Well, hey, yeah. Old man, I already told you. Shuffle yourself to a horizontal position somewhere. Don't fall to it. Just shuffle yourself to it and kick back and get some rest, bud. Take care of yourself. And he says, I kept those silica gel packs in my camera case for transporting the thing, but in a waterproof casing. Yeah. Well, what happens, Andy, is when that casing's open, when you put your camera in, if you got a high humidity situation and you seal the case and your camera's in it, and then you put it underwater in a cold creek or a cold lake or the Atlantic Ocean, you get condensation inside that case from the humid air in it that's trapped in it. That's what that's for. That's what that's for. Yeah, Bryce. Yeah. Little joint medication. Yeah, Andy, Saturday night. That's when I do the hot noodles. That'll be the last challenge for a while. Yeah, but you still have that latent air in it, Andy. It's physics, man. It's physics. You cannot get that camera to fit inside the case. I haven't even seen a $500 GoPro fit tight enough in the case. It doesn't have air inside the case when you close it. And if that air is humid, it's it's humid air, and then there's an abrupt temperature change, it condensates. And these pads, they're micro thin. I don't even think they're a 16th of an inch thick. They just, you got to put them on the side of the camera when you slide the camera in, because you can't get them to slide in there once the camera's in it. They slide in with the camera, and the camera's snug as a bug in a rug. Plus junk. Don't put your junk in that camera case, Andy. Saturday, it'll be 6 p.m. my time, Central Time over here. It's 7 p.m. Crystal's time, Crystal and Gil's time. Huh, you're lucky, Andy. You're lucky. Recycle Dude, hello. Good to see you. Saw you were up and streaming earlier. I popped in there, hit a thumbs up, and then I had to jump. I had a fella that was going to go live for the first time in his life, and I wanted to make sure to help him out. So. Yeah. Hi, Mike. Midnight then. Geez, one day before I die, I might develop a sensible sleep pattern. See, you went and made all these friends over in the U.S. Yeah, Mike. Yeah. I understand. I just, I've been getting a lot of kickback about not moderating tight enough, but it's understandable. And it wasn't meant as a shame on you. You know that, Mike. Huh. Your TV takes ages to turn on in the winter. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe tonight. This we might have if we can keep this stream to 2 hours or less, maybe we'll have a monetized stream. Yeah, Mike. That's the thing. I tell people it's tough on here sometimes because you can't use everyday language, everyday greetings. Hey you, blah 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 blah. And in context with amongst friends, there's never an insult in it at all. But you know how they look at this as an open world. So you got everybody and their feelings. Um, Oh, hey, Bryce, you didn't have to do that, man. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Thanks for the channel support. Ah, that I tell you what, what's really cool about that is that's the first time I got a super chat from New Zealand. Brace made a first tonight. That's awesome. Jay Stokes, great to see you. Voting for my boy Trump. I don't tell anybody who I'm voting for. Keeps things peaceful. And let's put it this way. It's kind of the answer. I'm an old school boy. And I like to own my guns unencumbered. Yeah, Mike, that's yeah. One of my last employers, and I was in an executive. I was an executive at that organization. Oh man, in our offices, it sounded like a bar on Saturday night just before last call all the time. You blankety blank and blankety blank, and nobody ever took it insult. That was just the way we talked. Then we'd have to travel to Washington, D.C., and there was a lot of senators and congressmen that, I mean, they'd raise their eyebrows. We'd come in there, hey, you effer, how are you? What? Oh. So, yeah, we had to learn home language and public language. Yeah. The N-word Nazi. Hello, my Bill Clinton supporters. Oh, Mike, yeah, I'm voting for Sty North. Yeah. Mike saying America needs an outdoorsman with an epic beard. No, it wasn't deleted, Evie. No, it wasn't deleted. You can still get to his channel. Yeah, the 3 dots on the right-hand side on YouTube chat. Yeah, no, I wouldn't delete Sprite. Bryce is no. He's such good at watching it. I always say better to ask forgiveness than permission, as it ain't till I said whatever that I realize it. Yeah, it disappeared. Oh, it disappeared up here, but it's still over in the YouTube chat because I can see it. I can see it right there. Yeah. See, I can put it. I can actually put it back up on the screen, but it doesn't have a link to it on the screen. You have to go over into the chat to get the actual link. There's 3 dots on the right-hand side from his post that you can click on, and it'll say go to channel, and you can go right to his channel. Yeah, that's Running Water's job, to delete super chats. And that's the only time I want it to ever happen. Angie, good morning and good night. Just wanted to say hello. Well, hello. Yeah, Mike says had to learn around customers' kids, tile installer and carpenter, so it pays to be able to self censor. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I spoke publicly a lot back in my working days, and I was a manager of a retail store for 2 years, so yeah, I had to practice tongue tying before I had to work. You know. Yeah, there's a lot of folks that never make the ballots, do they, Conklin? Angie, yeah, Angie's here to check up on you there, Andy. Duck and cover, he says. Yeah, Andy, shut up, Andrew. Oh, thanks, Eileen. Um, oh, and Andy, both of you got Bryce's channel up there, or did you send Bryce to something else, Andy? Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. No, anybody that supports the Sty Shack, they deserve the recognition, that's for sure. They deserve it. Yeah, I was very fortunate this month that last month there was enough revenue to the Sty Shack that I can replace this rotten chair. You won't see me jumping up and down all the time, and I'll have my studio completed. And I have to say, all my viewers out there, all of you folks have done so much to support the channel. Angie's being the mama. Andrew, go to bed. It's past your bedtime. Make sure to brush your tooth. Don't go to bed without brushing your tooth. That sounds interesting, Conklin. Well, thanks, Evie. Thank you. Yeah, Sty is just old Sty. Andy. uh, telling me, Angie, telling me, Angie, trouble is with your dainty little mouth in here, we need all the mods we can get. uh, yeah, yep. Andy, make sure to comb your teeth. Well, thanks, Bryce. You folks are wonderful. Coming to my channel all the way from New Zealand, man. Yeah, I love it. I love all of my worldwide YouTube friends. It is so awesome. It is so awesome. Turkey leg. Hi. It's going good. It's going good. Just had a surprise stream tonight. Just popped it up. Thought there might be a few folks want to hang around, chat for a little bit. Um, I'm not going terrible late tonight. Another half hour or so, a little over a half hour, and then I'll be shutting her down. But yeah, just I thought it'd be a great thing to do tonight. Is just jump on and oh yeah, Andy is full of advice. Yeah. Um, Knocking the flies off your knees. That's what he uses that toothbrush for, Angie. And you guys can't see it, but Angie's going, uh, uh, uh. I was surprised how many people were streaming for a Monday. There was quite a few folks were popping up streaming. And it's like I said earlier, I went over and I helped out a new young channel, some great folks I had met, and I needed kind of a break. I've been laughing so much lately, and my guts still hurt. So don't forget to scrap your cake. Scrape your cake. Oh, thanks, Turkey Lake. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was for that couple that have their new channel. Yeah, I don't do a lot of video kind of shout outs. I used to have for a while. I did what I called, because everybody was doing Sunday shout outs on Sundays. Man, you could watch 150 shout outs that people would put up on Sundays, and they called them Sunday shout outs. Well, it never worked out for me because I was running a wilderness camp at the time to be able to do it on Sundays. I just had to do it whenever I could. So I called mine Someday shout outs. It's a someday shout out. And I was doing shout outs back then. And then I see that, I still once in a while do an actual video for a shout out. Otherwise, doing live streams, I love shouting all you guys out to each other during the streams. And bagged it all up for along with the toe jam. Yeah, Angie, he's disgusting. Not, but to Andy, he's just discussing things. I made a huge batch of spaghetti yesterday, Angie, and I ended up mixing it all together because I had so much sauce and I cooked up an extra bunch of noodles. I said, I'm just going to put it all together. And I got this huge mixing bowl that holds almost 3 gallons. And that was 3/4 full. So about 2.5 gallons of spaghetti in there. So I've been eating spaghetti for 2 days. Bet I had a red beard afterwards. I was real careful. Yeah. When you sport a large beard over the years, you get kind of good at keeping stuff out of it. You start learning how to keep stuff out of it. I have on occasion actually put it in the tail like that just to keep it a little safer, especially when I'm eating things like chili. Okay, Bryce. Yeah, no problem. Actually, back in the day when I was younger, it was kind of a auburn, brown, black, and red mix. So you could spill quite a few things on it. Nobody ever know. Oh yeah, yeah. I've been thinking about that. Um, By the end of October, I'll be doing a lot more cooking here at home in my crock pot, where I like to do a stew in my crock pot and let it just sit there and simmer away, and then let it cool down, pop it in the fridge, take it out the next day, drop it back in the heater portion and warm it back up and then eat it. Oh, yeah. That's one thing with winter with Sty is I eat too much in the winter. I don't get out enough to burn it up. This year I'm going to be burning some of that stuff off though. I got a brand new pair of snowshoes late season last year, and we had all these reports of all these heavy snowstorms coming. I'm thinking, wow, I can get out there and try out my new snowshoes. It never snowed after I bought them damn things, and they weren't cheap. So I got a brand spanking new pair of snowshoes just waiting for it to snow out. I don't want it to happen too soon. Yeah. Be picky where you buy your lamb there, Andy. Yeah, scrapping has to cut out. You take care. Drive safe. Dumplings, yeah. Dumplings for me too can be tough. Sometimes they turn out okay, sometimes they don't. Oddly enough, one thing I do with if I'm using like a Dutch oven, I'll make bannock, which is basically a simple baking powder type dough, and I'll make it damper than usual, and then I'll just spoon on top of my stew, and then after they cook up, then you can get them into this down into the stew. Um, Bryce is back. Cheesehead says, I'm planning on making a canteen cup sauerkraut bratwurst chowder here soon. Oh yeah, I'll be watching for that video. Geez. Oh yeah. Oh, kraut. Oh, I think I want some pork country style ribs. Slow fry them buggers, get them browned up nice, and then drop them in the slow cooker with a bunch of kraut and some nice fresh little new potatoes boiled up. Just chop them buggers up and some ribs and kraut covered taters smothered in butter. Oh, oh, when you use a Dutch oven, it involves torturing my wife. Yeah, see, when I make my dumplings using a bannock recipe, they they don't turn out terribly fluffy either, but fluffier than usually like Andy's recipe. When I do it Andy's way, sometimes they work out awesome. Other times, yeah, they're just like a flour flour lead weight. Yeah, yeah, little baking powder that fluffens them. It helps raise the dough a little bit. Yep. Yeah, that Instapot. Yeah, I would love. I gotta consider that. Yeah. Andy, wrong kind of pot. Andy, wrong kind of pot. It's the pot. What do you have in your survival gear? Bunch of dehydrated food and Instapot. Oops. Just a slight misunderstanding. Yeah, that's too good. Just add water and microwave for 30 seconds. uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If I'm out winter camping, that's what I like to do too, is have it in a Dutch oven over a fire pit. Because it just slow simmers. Yeah, you get it set just right. I really like that new pot hanger that Chuck sent me. The horseshoe. Oh, that thing's sweet. They make great ribs, lasagna, hard boiled eggs. Yeah. Huh. Oh, Evie. All right, everybody. Don't make Evie laugh too hard. Don't do it. Don't do it. Enough to get her to giggle. No hard laughing. Get your ass out of the roses. Oh, here I go, just like Andy, misreading things again. Andy says, right, if Angie promises to behave, I'm heading for Horizontalville and Snore Central. Angie'll behave. Or should I say Angie'll be Angie? Oh, there you go, Evie. That's right. Yeah. Take a safe position. Take a safe position. Yeah. Nowhere to fall. I'm already there. so I can laugh all I want now. That's oh, Angie. Giving Andy hygiene lessons again. Yeah, she does, doesn't she? Yeah. Names that start with A-N. Proceed with caution. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy. Oh, I got to finish this cigarette and then not have one for 45 minutes to an hour. I made it all damn day without smoking until I went live on somebody else's stream. I eat these jelly beans. They're all weird flavors. Angie could never eat these. They've got one. They got sour milk in here. And I can't remember what all they are. Booger. Some of them are real sweet, taste really good. The other ones taste like crap. You just, the sour milk ones, you pop it in your mouth. It's just like you took a carton of sour milk and took a slam out of it. Yeah, I got a container. I've been spitting them in when I get one in my mouth. But they keep my attention off of smoking. So yeah, Bryce, you're right. You're right. Hey, Andy, her partner hates how she is. Tell him to foxtrot Oscar. That's and yeah, Andy, he loves it. He loves it. Good night, Andy, and I will see you soon. See you Thursday night for sure. Um, I might do a random stream like this Wednesday night. So anybody that's around Wednesday night, if you see it pop up, stop and say hi. I was going to do one tomorrow night, but my boy's taking me out for an awesome steak dinner. We're going to go have prime rib. Haven't been with my youngest boy out doing nothing for, oh man, it's been like 2.5 months since him and I got away and did anything. So he got a hold of me today and said, Pop, you want steak dinner? I'll take you out for steak dinner. I said, yeah, you betcha. Hey, Tyler, you just got done with, you just did a live too. Yeah. Anybody that hasn't, get over there and support Tyler. Yeah, I snuck over Tyler and hit the thumbs up. I had to get back out, but got to give you some support there. Someone say steak? Yeah, I'm having prime rib tomorrow night. Yeah. Don't do anything I would do, and if you do, test the things first. Yeah, Andy, that's a. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He went and invited me out for steak late this afternoon for tomorrow night, and he knows I'm going to be just craving that steak all the way till we get there. I mean, gosh, he should have got a hold of me yesterday or tomorrow afternoon and said, "You want to go out for steak? I'll meet you in an hour." Then I wouldn't have to suffer at all. Bryce went live last night. Ended up being hectic, but I loved it. Yeah. Oh, I Bryce over here. I've had some that were real hectic. Yeah. Where at the end of the stream, I just felt totally drained. I just, uh, yeah, I saw over on your channel that you were live, and I'll have to jump over there and watch it just to see how hectic it got for you. Yeah, that's one thing. Live streams, they they can be real rewarding, and if they're not, they're always entertaining. They're always fun. I personally, even a couple that we've had where we had trolls in or a troublemaker, it's only been a couple video or streams. Even those, we get beyond it and we just have a good time. Just have a good time. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, New Zealand's it's just another amazing place. Just another amazing place. The the just all of the different terrain, and it's just a beautiful place. It's just, yeah, we'll be watching for it, Bryce. I I rang your bell so that I don't miss in the future if you're going up live, and our times, the time difference from there to here isn't so dramatic that when you stream, it's always within a reasonable window for me then. Yeah, Angie, don't we? We learn so much about the the bigger world around us. And I love it because you get it right from the person's mouth. You're not watching some documentary or something, that's all prettied up and this and that. You get to hear right from the person, and it's live. You get to find out what's it like there, what's going on there, what time of year is it, what time of day is it. You're finding things out that you just can't appreciate so much in reading about it or watching a documentary. When it's a creator on YouTube, it seems more personal, like you're really, really getting the good information. I live in a beautiful playground and a beautiful waterfall in Auckland. Oh, that sounds nice. Oh, that sounds nice. Oh, yeah, there's a few places throughout the world I would love to visit. Hey, Tyler Wood, he says, "Okay, Sty, you take it easy, man. I've got to get some sleep." Um, Wait a minute. What the heck? I don't know why I did that. Um, God bless. Enjoy that steak. Okay, Tyler. Thanks. And we'll be seeing you soon again there, Tyler. You have a good night's sleep, man. Bryce said, I hope to do a mobile live sometime, but StreamYard only likes my laptop or computer. I can only join my stream from my phone as a guest. Yeah, they're still having issues with doing broadcasts from phones. They say they're still working on that they want to get that squared away because a lot of people want to do mobile streams where they're out. Yeah. And they don't want to have to walk around. Saw one where a guy's walking around, he's got a laptop in his arm and he's carrying it around like it's his cell phone, like he would be filming with a cell phone, but he's carrying his laptop. And I thought, yeah, no, they got to fix that. That's, yeah. Oh, neat. Yeah. Oh, I love having a picnic by a waterfall. Yeah. Angie lives by the sea and just massive farmland. Yeah. Yeah, Evie. I mean, I love the outdoors. I just love the outdoors too. The Oh wow, Bryce. Yeah. Oh, you can hear the sea. That's awesome. That is awesome. Love it. Love it. I love being near the water at night. I always wanted to live on a boat, actually live on it. Thanks, Evie. Uh, because I love hearing that water lapping against the side of the boat. Just love it. Or hear it hitting, crashing on the shores. Just love it. Yeah, Angie, that's the thing here is I got to live in town. I mean, I live in a high-rise building. I live on the 4th floor of an 8-story building. I got this great big 100-foot building, and I'm living right at about the 50-foot mark. But at least I can look out. I can look out over the bay of Lake Superior. It's called Chequamegon Bay, and we have 21 islands off the coastline here, and I can see a couple of those from here, as long as I don't look down, because then I see the city, I see town. And I'm only 3 blocks from the water's edge, but it's just not the same. I spent almost 4 years, almost 4 full years living out in the backwoods, where the nearest residence where somebody lived from where I was almost 6 miles from where I lived, the homestead. And it was right in the heart of the woods, and we just had a few acres of open area and trails going off in the woods all over the place, big beaver ponds, creeks, a river, and Lake Superior, all within 1 mile of my home. I'd just about kill to be back there. Bryce says, if the sea's really rough, I can hear the sea from where I am, but normally can't hear it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Does this sound stupid? The beautiful nature here sometimes makes me cry. Isn't that silly? No. No, that's not. No, that's not. I've said many, 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 many times over the years that the outdoors for me and all the sounds of the outdoors lifts my spirit, but gives me a heavy heart. And I think that's because we know in ourselves that the peacefulness, even though all of that sound is going on, it represents a peacefulness that you don't have at home in your daily life. And I think that's where it lifts your spirits, because you just enjoy it so much. But it gives you a heavy heart, because you know internally, inside yourself, you're going to be detached from that. It's not going to be there all the time. So I think that's, there's no. Oh, I've seen things in nature. When I was in northwestern Montana, there's times I'd hike 12, 14, 16 miles way up in the mountains in the backcountry, and I'd come across a beautiful little mountain lake. There's no trails to it. Didn't even know it existed. Come across that lake and be looking down off of a vista off the side of a mountain, and oh yeah, a tear would run down this old boy's face. Why? Goes back to what I said. Yeah, it lifts your spirits, but it puts a heavy burden on your heart. Yeah. Bryce said, I'm only about a 5-10 minute drive from the ocean. Oh, that's neat. That is neat. Yeah, Angie. Yeah. Yeah. I actually love hearing that from people, that's the emotional reactions they get from being close to water and the outdoors, especially if it's somewhat remote, where they can be by themselves, and then they feel an emotional change because of it. I love hearing. I don't like hearing that a person's crying about something, but if they're tears of comfort and joy, yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'd rather cry all day on a nice remote beach than sit at home and bitch about how nasty the world is, you know? Angie's saying, we are lucky about a minute from our beach and never many people there. That's where I like to meditate. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We had a beach when I had the homestead up on the at the wilderness camp that we would hike into, and it was about three quarters of a mile to a mile hike through the woods, real kind of rugged trail going down in there, and it'd bring us out on the shoreline. It's the south shore of Lake Superior. Looked out over the main body of the lake, and there's only two islands of the Apostle Islands you could see from there. And there was about maybe a half a mile of the most beautiful sand beach you ever saw. It was just beautiful. Nobody ever went there. Nobody ever went there except the few of us. And I would take my clients from camp. That was one of their treats during the summer. One day during camp, we'd take an afternoon and I'd take them all down and we'd hike into that beach. Every one of them, every client that I ever took there said how they never wanted to leave. They never wanted to go home. I tell them, we got to get out of here. The sun's setting. And that trail we came down, you don't want to be hiking that in the dark. Oh, can't we stay a little longer? Can't we stay a little? Every one of them said it was because it was so peaceful. It was so peaceful. You felt you could go there even with someone else and nothing needed to be said. You didn't need to carry a conversation. You didn't need to keep each other company. You just went there and enjoyed it together quietly and listening to the waves hitting the shore. Or we had floaties we'd take out. You'd go float out and we'd have a line with a big rock on the end. We'd drop it, anchor it off, and just float out there in one of the world's largest freshwater lakes and never see anybody all around you. And you're just out there soaking in the sun, quiet other than the sound of the water. And eagles and the seagulls and yeah, yeah. It heals a person's soul. Yeah. I see James is saying tears wash the soul. Yeah. Yeah, you feel alive outside. That's it. Yeah. 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 I That's one thing I would tell clients all the time too, because we take walks. We would call them awareness walks. We take them out to help instruct them on how to be aware of their surroundings in the outdoors. And they would always start the walks out. It'd be like a 4 hour hike. And they'd always start out asking questions, asking questions. They always got something to say. They'd ask questions, and then I'd stop them after about 15 minutes of 15, 20 minutes of all the questions and people asking each other questions and talking. I'd stop them all and I'd say, all right, now, did any of you hear the crick that was only about 100 yards from the trail back there? No, we didn't see a crick. I said, no, did you hear the crick? No, I didn't hear a crick. Did you folks hear that eagle that flew over just about 5 minutes ago? Did you hear it squawking, calling? No, did anybody hear that? No. And I tell them, folks, you need to shut up, quit using your mouth, and take all the energy from your mouth and put it in your ears. Don't say anything for the next half hour. Just discipline yourself not to say anything and open your mind and your ears to what's going on around you. Every single one of them, they were amazed at what they were missing by being too noisy. And every one of them felt that all of a sudden they became part of it. They became part of the bigger picture of the outdoors. Oh, it started raining, Evie. Would love to send it to someone that needs it. Yeah, we don't need it. We don't need it. It's been really wet here for the last couple weeks. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, Angie. Isn't that so true? It slowed you down, didn't it? And now you're able to absorb everything, take everything in because I and I even hate to use the word disabled, but um, I always consider it re-abled because people they repurpose their lives when they have what we like to tag as disabilities. They repurpose their lives and they become re-abled. They're able in new ways. But yeah, if you got a healthy set of legs and you're out there walking, what do? You're you hit the ground from at point A, and all you want to do is walk to point B, and everything in between is of no matter because you're walking there. You're in a hurry. You're moving along, and you miss way too much. Way too much. Sitting on the dock of the bay. Yeah. Let the time roll away. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a song for you to sing, Angie, Dock on the Bay. Yeah. Now, anybody that hasn't been over there to Angie's channel and listened to that woman's beautiful voice, again, you're missing out. You're missing out. Not my fault. I just told you. Get over there and listen to her beautiful voice. Yeah, Angie. Angie. Yeah. Heavy clouds there, eh, Bryce? Hawke's Bay. Yeah, Bryce says, I hear more than people often give me credit for. Yeah. See, and that's it is if a person's disciplined, they have a very broad awareness of what's going on around them. I practice situational awareness all the time. Every little noise. I may not turn my head to it, but I know it's there. And I'm thinking, what is it? What could it be? What will it be? Every little movement, every little shadow. Yeah. I practice situational awareness. Um, Evie says, I get really bad back pain when walking, so it forces me to stop often and look around. See, that's me, Evie. I've gotten to the point where, well, like I got this bum ankle now. I had injured it at in a camping trip, and it's been over a month, and it's not. It's maybe about 60-70% of what it should be. I won't let it stop me, but boy, it sure slows me down. But I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind it taking longer for me to get where I want to go. It just means I'm going to experience more between here and there. I've got point A to B to C to D to E and F because my destination might end up being point N, you know, because of all the stops I have to make. Angie says we have birds nesting in our garden and following their progress. Oh, thank you, Sty. Oh, yeah. Isn't that cool too? I used to love that. I used to love that. It drove my partners crazy out at camp because I had ooh, I had 3 robins nests. I was amazed because robins tend to be territorial. They don't like to nest too close to each other. But I had 3 of them out on my outside porch. I had rustic built a porch off the side of my Sty Shack, and I had 3 robin nests out on that porch. Those robins got so used to me, I could go out there and step up on a stool and look down in their nest. And I watched all 3 nests as they hatched out their chicks that year. And I would sit out on that porch, smoke my pipe, and just watch the robins feeding their babies. Yeah, it's great. Dark and cloudy in Auckland. Oh boy. It's just dark here. I don't know if it's cloudy because it's the middle of the night. It's 11 o'clock at night here. um, and she's saying, I'm disabled, but more alive now than I ever was. That's important. That's important. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing harder than to see someone that becomes unable to do certain things and then they live like their life is over. And you just would wish that they realized, yeah, there's more to life than the. Whenever I've always said, whenever I lose something, that means there's something else that I just need to look around and there'll be something to gain out of that loss, you know? Evie says, I get lots of stares from my disabled walking. I smile and say hello to them. Absolutely, Evie. Love that. Love it. Oh, you like the bats. Yeah. We got a lot of bats up here. Yeah. I loved them out at camp. They help keep the bugs down. Oh, and I get mad with people. Oh, all these bats. Shoot them bats. Get poison the bats. Leave them bats alone. Leave the bats alone. Yeah, Evie, I know. I that makes me feel so good to hear that from you. My mother, she suffered from melanoma cancer, skin cancer, so many times, and she had it removed so many times from her. The one time they removed a huge patch from her cheek, and it left this big, round, about the size of a tangerine spot on her cheek that was just a bad scar. And they were trying to tell her, they had a cosmetologist talk to her, and you can use makeup to kind of obscure that, hide it. And she said, no. She says, it's just who I am. And she had no problem with it. But boy, did people would just stare and stare at her sometimes. And I just loved it because she'd say, well, come on over here. If you want to take a really close look, come on over. Don't be shy. Because it didn't bother her. Go ahead and look. She didn't care. She didn't care. Because a piece of flesh, a piece of skin, doesn't make you who you are, you know? And she was confident and happy with herself. Yeah. Yep. There's always a silver lining in every situation. It's so true. Angie says the problem is, Sty, nobody can see what I do now. I get told I'm being silly, but they are missing so much. I realize now they don't see what I do. That's that's a hard thing sometimes, Angie, to accept. Is I I I find myself in that situation where I've taken people and try to explain what they're missing in certain things, and they just don't seem to get it. And then I have to accept the fact they just can't see the world through my eyes. You know, I can encourage them to try, but I can't make them see the world through my eyes, and I feel bad that they're missing out. They're missing out. There's times I see things. There's times in nature and otherwise, or I see people, and I I see so much wonder and good in it, and you try to tell somebody, you really need to get to know that person. Man, that's a wonderful person. Oh, they come off this way and this way. Don't 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 paint them with your brush. Let them paint themselves with their own, and open your eyes to that piece of artwork in the making. Oh, you're nuts. You're crazy. You're seeing things. Well, no, the thing is I'm not seeing things because I don't want to paint them with my own brush. I want them to paint themselves with their own brush, and then I'll allow myself to be fascinated in it. This is Roger Rabbit. Hello, hello. When you have something more important to focus on, you become more comfortable in your own skin. Yes, so true. Yeah, Bryce. Yeah. That's one thing. People tend not to be very disciplined in, yeah. People, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in the world I found that they don't want to get to even know themselves. You know, that's that's tough. It's tough. Angie's saying this is what separating me and my partner. He says, you're different now. I want you to be who you were. I don't want to go back there. Okay, I'm disabled. I don't want to be, but mentally I'm living now. Well, see, and that's it. That's it. Is if you could be who you were, would you want to be? You know, there's parts in my life, Angie and I have talked about this. There's parts in my life where, oh, I was in the best physical condition. Oh, the absolute best. I had good money. I was doing real well. Would I want to be what I was? No. I'm what I want to be right now today. And I've had people say to me, oh, I wish you were like you were back in. And I go, well, keep wishing because it ain't happening. Yeah, I was there at that time and I was that way, but that's not who I am anymore. And if you're happy with yourself, that's what matters. Mrs. Roger Rabbit says, my wheelchair is just an accessory that helps me get from point A to point B. It doesn't change who I am. It just gives me more freedom. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Hi, Lisa. Hi, hi. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to shut this down at 2 hours, but I'm going to let it go a little longer. I can let this thing run out till midnight on my end. And all will still be well. Hugs to you too, Lisa girl. Oh, oh, you named your scooter Freedom? Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. See, and that's what I'm saying. Okay, here's a good example. Okay, I used to deer hunt a lot. And and I had this beautiful hunting spot. And I decided to walk around the area that I hunted. I sat up in a deer stand up in a tree, you know. So I'm walking around and I come across where somebody had built a deer blind for them to hide in to shoot a deer. And it's big. And I'm thinking, boy, this thing's really big. So I'm kind of nosing around, checking it out. And I thought there's got to be at least 2 hunters in here. Well, opening day came and I'm up in my tree and I could see a deer quite a ways off from me, but over towards where that deer blind was, and I heard a gunshot go off. And I thought, oh boy, they got it deer. Fortunately, I had one come through. Big deer, nice big buck. I dropped him. Oh, and he was a heavy bugger. The only problem is where I had to shoot him is way down this ravine. I had to drag him up that ravine and across this section of woods to get to my truck. I'm dragging that deer up this hill, and I'm just getting towards the top of it. And I heard someone say, hey, do you want a hand with that? And I'm looking around. I couldn't see anybody. And he goes, hey, you want a hand with that? And I look, and here's a fella sitting in a wheelchair. Now, that wheelchair's got these big fat tires on it. They're like motorcycle tires, for crying out loud. And it's hand-powered. And he says, he comes wheeling down that trail to me. And he goes, you want a hand with that deer? I felt at first stereotypical. I thought, how in the world could he help me? I said, no, I got it. And it was a bummer dragging that deer. Finally, all of a sudden it felt like the deer was lighter. Here he is, because I got a rope on it about 6-8 feet long, tied to a harness on my back. Here he was following me in that wheelchair, got a rope around that deer's neck while I'm dragging it, and he's got that rope attached to his wheelchair, and he's helping me drag a deer out of the woods. We get out there, and he's got this really nice truck, and he's got this big deer in the back of his truck. And I go, God, man, how'd you get that in there? He says, I put it in there. What do you think? I said, are you out here with somebody? He goes, no, I'm hunting alone. You know, he's got hand controls in his truck, so he doesn't, because he can't use his legs. That guy could climb up in that truck, and he had this tether attached to his waist, and he could hoist that chair up, fold it up, throw it across his lap into the passenger seat, and off he went in this big 4-wheel drive truck. He left me standing there totally baffled. And then the light came on. That guy isn't disabled. And that's where I really started thinking about, yeah, he's re-abled. He took advantage of any tool possible to him, and he conquered what other people considered a disadvantage. And he put everything he could to his advantage and used it to accomplish the exact same damn thing I was doing, but with different equipment. Yeah. Yeah. Go Fish. I wasn't looking at the chat. I'm sorry, Go Fish. Good to see ya. Doing real good tonight. The Bryce had said people tell me that I could do better. I don't meet their expectations. I tell them to Foxtrot Oscar to be nice about it. Yeah, that's it. And Angie knows Sty's take on expectations. I don't set expectations on people. I don't. And I'm never disappointed. I'm never disappointed in people. I might be shocked about something they do. Go, oh, didn't see that coming. Whoa. But I'm not disappointed. Expectations lead to disappointment. So I don't set expectations on people. And then when people set expectations on me, I try to explain to them, you need to ask me if I can meet your expectations before I do whatever I do. Otherwise, your expectations have no meaning to me. Um, Jim, um, Jim's almost in a wheelchair. I want this. Yeah, off-road scooter. Yeah, I had a buddy that double amputee. His scooter was virtually off-road. He did get it stuck a few times, and I had to take an ATV out and tow him out. but yeah, he got around really good. Um, yeah, Lisa is a lovely person. Evie, you all are. You're all wonderful people. Bryce is asking if Angie's scooter's 4-wheel drive. Her everyday scooter is Gloria. Yeah, yeah. The chairs sure have gotten a lot lighter, haven't they? Yeah, they make some awesome chairs for the vets here in the US. I wish I could remember the organization's name offhand, but they are, and they're for outdoor use. They use a standard electric operated chair, um, and then they have these chairs for outdoor use, and they've got tracks on them. They're like little bulldozers, for crying out loud. They go anywhere. I just love them. And these vets that are fortunate enough to get one, they never have to pay for them. This organization builds them, designs them, and gives them to them. I've seen guys out hunting big game. Yeah, yeah, going out doing anything because of those chairs. Um, yeah, Bryce, people are often their own worst critics. Yeah, I that's where I have a problem when people I don't take compliments well. I don't because I once in a great while still pat himself on the back. We all have to do that sometimes. But I have a very hard time taking compliments. Um, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Power assist. Yeah. Yeah. They come in handy. Come in real handy. Yeah. Things are expensive. All right. That's for sure. Mrs. Roger Rabbit. Oh yeah. 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 The cost for a chair is not cheap. Not cheap. Hey, Will the Rocker. Great to see you, Will. That's all right, Go Fish. No, I fully understand. I fully understand. I don't want folks to ever feel bad because life keeps them away from the Sty Shack for a while. No, don't ever feel bad about that. I, and I always look forward to if I haven't seen folks for a while, I start to wonder. I don't get too concerned if I haven't heard anything that maybe something's wrong. Otherwise, I don't get concerned. I just understand that yeah, life is life and can't always be at the Sty Shack. Yeah. Evie says my doctor has tried to refer me to assisting companies and keeps getting rejected, so I have to do everything myself. Oh, that's a bummer. Will says I'm up sneezing again. You got the sneezes? Over here, says Sty, I've been dealing with pretty bad health stuff. Yeah, but it's getting slowly better. Hey, go fish. You got my prayers every single day. And it's like I said, if you're not here and I haven't heard otherwise, I'm just assuming that you're dealing with life. You're dealing, yeah. And you do, you're in my prayers every day. I'm amazed, Go Fish, every time you're here. I mean, the effort of being here for me and my channel is just sometimes it feels overwhelming, Go Fish. So, yes. And I am so glad to hear that it's slowly getting better. That's good. Yeah, Roger Rabbit, Mrs. Roger Rabbit is saying that's sad, Evie. We have so many companies here that work with you on those things. I have two companies wanting to send me upgrades for mine already. Wow. Yeah, Evie bought her own wheelchair. Thanks, Will. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys can hit my thumbs up, would you? Make sure to get out there and check each other's channels out too. Support each other. Angie said, I lost all my family and friends when I got ill. Just got my best friend. Yeah, Angie, well, you've got friends here. You've got friends here, girl. I know what that's like. Um, I am far removed from my family in a sense. My two boys, though, I give my two boys the best of credit. They've been there for me. But Sty, in his personal life here, human contact type personal life here, I have no friends. I'll let you folks know that. I have no friends unless I come here. That is the result of a ex-spouse that had made it clear that she would make sure I was going to be unhappy to the day I die, and she failed. She destroyed friendships straight across the board to the point where I actually gave up on friendships, where I told people before she even gets to you, I'm gonna we're gonna stay at arm's length. I don't want to go there. I don't want people having bad feelings about me or me about them. So I've separated myself to a degree, and they have rejected me in a way that, yeah, I don't have social friends in my daily life. I have people I socialize with that are classed as good acquaintances, but I don't have any close friends. No, Sty doesn't have close friends. Yeah. That's right, Angie. Yeah, I'd rather be alone on my own than alone with people around me. That's it. If you're surrounded by people that they're really not there for you, or they feel obligated to be there, that just makes you feel more alone having them around you. It makes you feel like you stand out and that they're I don't I just don't like being felt to be that I'm being tolerated. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we're tolerating the fact we got to be there for him. Well, go tolerate something else. Leave me alone then, because it's okay with me because I like myself. you know, I know who I am. I know what I've done over 62 years. I know what I would do today for anyone or anybody. So I'm happy with myself. I'm very happy with myself. And I don't have to have tight, close, personal friends that come over to the house every day to see what's going on. No, I don't need it. I've got this family on YouTube. Mrs. Roger Rabbit says, I was in bed before February. I had to get really sick to get a diagnosis. Being atypical is rough in the medical world. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Will. Yeah. Yeah. I have family members that I'd go to any measure to be there for them. Any measure to be there for them. I have one remaining sibling left in my life, and she's the most beautiful, wonderful person in the world. But I don't get to see her often. I don't get to see her often. If I'm lucky, once a year, you know. Um, it's the distance thing, but we get to keep tabs on each other at least. And I have a great brother-in-law, her husband. He follows me. That's Freeman James. Yeah, yeah, he's always there too. He's always there. Gofish says, please know that I always love your live streams and thank you so much for your prayers and kind words. You're so awesome. Such a Go Fish. Yeah. When it comes to some people, Go Fish, it's not hard for Sty's heart to reach out to him. Yeah, yeah. Some people are easy to care about and love. Well, that's so true, Angie. You sure don't have to look ill to be ill. Oh, yeah. I can't stand it when people say to somebody else, there's nothing wrong with you. Look at you. There's nothing wrong with you. Well, that's the problem. You're looking, you're not listening. Freeman James, who, me? Nah. Jim, you've been there for me for how many years, man? Seems like it's been a lifetime, right, bud? And if we're not brothers just from different mothers, who are we, right? Playing ball with the dog. Oh, yeah, go fish. Isn't that, you know, and it's hard. I can't, I, I hate that when people do that to other people because they are not them. They don't know the suffering they're going through. Just because they don't look like it, they tell you this is wrong or that's wrong. And someone says, "Oh, look at you." That no, no. It's all in your head. I've had it done to me enough times over the years, and not to the extreme of all you great folks, but I've had it done to me enough times where they said, "Oh, nah, that's all in your head." I know what that feels like. It feels like you've just been bloody insulted by somebody that you thought cared. It's like they insulted you. I don't like that. Hi, my cozy nest with Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome to the Sty Shack. Yeah, I'm going to be running for about another 20 minutes and then I'll be shutting her down. So there's still time for new folks pop in. Yeah, Evie, isn't that great that you can meet people that can actually relate? Um, they it goes a long way. It gives people a lot of you know, it's a lot of support that you get from folks on here. Yeah, Bryce, I understand why you have a dislike for the medical world. Yeah. Yeah, Mrs. Roger Rabbit saying that I've been sick my whole life. Even my own family thinks I have some sort of charmed life. Don't let those people define who you are. Yeah, never, never. Exactly. The more Go Fish saying, and the more I feel like I have an invisible disease or battle that I am fighting by myself, running my own marathon. Yeah, yeah. Uh, You can definitely, you can definitely feel that um, aloneness. You know, I'm alone in this battle. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, Rebecca, thank you. Oh, that's nice, Bryce. That would be good to watch. Have Evie up on your stream. Yep, that's great, Bryce. Yeah. Sometimes a good listener is harder to find than anything else. Um, she said, "Oh no, I checked out that poor couple that had to up you old curmudgeon. I hope that they will be able to recover." That poor couple that had to up you old curmudgeon. I don't understand what you're talking about. She said, "Oh, you talking about the new channel? Oh, that they had to put up with me." I'll tell you what, they didn't put up with me. They kept showing up over in my camp. So, it wasn't me over at their camp. Oh yeah, Evie, that's tough, man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, no arms or legs. Yeah, it's amazing how how much people can overcome. That's it. Everybody needs a chance to rant. Yeah, that's another thing. That's purging. That's getting the garbage out. Oh, I need to rant about this. Get it out of there. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Every one of you deserve hugs in here. Every one of you. Oh, had to put up with me, the camp host. Yeah. Yeah, that poor young couple. I loved it. They're two little girls when we first got introduced, and his older girl, she's not that old. He says, "Go ahead and show them," because he had told his family about me because him and I had met first. And she lifts up her shirt and she's got this little sheath and she pulls a ferro rod fire starter out. She goes, "I have my own ferro rod. I can start a fire with ferro rod." It was just adorable. I loved it. I loved it. He's teaching his little girls about the outdoors. Yeah, geez, I was on their stream. I did not expect to be there either. I just stopped in to say hi, Travis. And there's a thumbs up. Great to see you doing your first live stream. He goes, "I'm going to get you up here. I got to figure this out. I want you up here." Yeah. Um, Bryce says, "People say I like the sound of my own voice. It's not entirely true. I like listening, and history will keep my ears open, but I'd prefer to be quiet a lot more, half introvert." There you go. Evie doesn't sound like a typical Aucklander. Yep. That's the thing is, people ask me, how do you have so much to talk about and say? And I told them because for a large majority of my early life, I just kept my mouth shut and took it all in. There you go fish. Yeah, spread the hugs around. Good for you. Yeah, Freeman James. Yeah. Angie says, I love to laugh, so apparently that makes me not disabled or unwell. Yeah. As long as you still got that laugh, that's not broken. If your laugh isn't broken, yeah, yeah. There you go. Bryce is welcoming any of you to his channel, to his streams. He likes panels. Yeah, Mrs. Roger Rabbit says, so you know all the family stories then. And that's really how I got into Sty stories, was because I had a few family members. I had a couple nieces and a nephew that were really pushing me to start telling Sty stories about my years, things that have happened through all my years. Um, they said they wanted those family, to them, their family stories. They wanted those, otherwise it would be lost. So, yeah. Okay, Bryce. Yeah, I told you I rang your bell so that I will know when you're going live. You'll see me as often as I can get there whenever you're doing something. Yeah, give them a trail of breadcrumbs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Through DNA, the I had a very extensive family history done. Went back to the 1400s. Um, it was pretty. It was quite the eye opener. Yeah, it was really an eye opener to find out my great great grandfather was born en route from England to the U.S. He was born just outside the New York harbor in 1776. And so we did a little scrounging and found out, because he was in the territorial waters of the colonies, and he got here before the Declaration of Independence, he was considered a true U.S. citizen, not an immigrant. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Goldfish will be there, I'm sure of it. I tried to subscribe to, but it only says how many he has and no option to join and ring bell. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, when I clicked subscribed, it just showed subscribed, and yeah, it let me ring the bell. I don't know what that's about. Um, hmm. Oh yeah, pretty good there. This is Roger Rabbit. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, they figured they could take mine a little further back yet. Um, but the family name becomes obscured in the early 1400s. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Angie, that's terrible. Yeah, yeah. And if anything, wouldn't your son help lighten your day a little bit for someone to say that, try to put the blame where it doesn't really belong? Yeah. Huh. Says 260 subs, but no bell. That's unusual, huh? Freeman James says, I'm a mutt. Heinz 57 kid. Yeah. Yeah, that too. Um, I don't know what the number is, but they'll only let you as an individual subscribe to just so many channels. And if you hit that cap, then it just doesn't let you subscribe to anymore. So you can go over into your subscriptions, not people subscribe to you, but your subscriptions. Find a channel that you just don't watch anymore or don't have interest in, and you can drop them off, and then it'll let you subscribe again to a channel. Oh, you get lots of notice that way, Bryce. That's cool. Um, yeah, I hired an independent um, researcher to do mine, and to take it beyond where they got, it was going to cost me a bit more. And I said, that's far enough. That's far enough. You're getting close enough to the Neanderthals. Yeah, go fish might. Yeah, it worked for me too. Yeah, there you go, Rebecca. Yeah, you just delete some of the old channels that you were following way back that you just don't follow anymore. And free up some space. It might work good. Yeah. Yeah. Get rid of my giraffe and chicken or kitten channels. Chicken kitten channels. Yeah. I looked down my subscribe list. I got 900 and some in there, I think. 800 and something like that. I don't know. And I saw some channels and I asked myself, why was I following that? I don't know. Feels like rain over there for Bryce. Yeah. Hey, folks, we need to wind this down. It's midnight here where I'm at. I have to take some medications and I have to eat a little something with those. And I have to get up, sadly enough, by 5:30 a.m. So that's 5.5 hours from now. And by the time I'm in the rack, if I'm lucky, I'll have 4 hours. But I want to I want to thank absolutely everybody for being here. It was wonderful, especially for a unscheduled surprise chat, just to hang out. And it's been an absolutely rewarding discussion tonight. E- everybody had great input. I loved every single minute of it. And my love goes out to all of you. I truly hope that you all have a good next few days till we see each other again. All your wonderful good night comments, you folks. You're awesome. You're awesome. I have the best people that follow me. I could never ask for any more than what I get here in my channel from you folks. So until the next time, you can be guaranteed that I will definitely be here Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Central Time in the U.S. here um, for another wonderful live stream. So until next time, folks, thanks again, and you all have a very wonderful night. And maybe we'll see you around the campfire Thursday. Night, guys.